welcome to another exciting episode of Millennial Talk, where we talk about issues that affect millennials and how to deal with them. Throughout the month of August, we have been addressing different aspects of entrepreneurship. We've looked at fashion, we looked at e-commerce. It's been an exciting journey, and we're glad that you're still with us on this journey. Well, today we'll be further looking into entrepreneurship, but we would also be looking at a different aspect of it as well. As my colleague is also with me on the show today. Hi, Bukui.
Hi, Josephine.
It's been great this month. I think this month has been quite exciting. And the most beautiful part is that there's more to come. There is more to come.
Yeah.
I think we're going to be announcing something really big for the month, for the end of the month of August towards September. Yeah. There's great things coming to Millennial Talk.
So watch out.
Yeah, it's going to be quite exciting. So you guys need to stay tuned and don't miss a single episode so you don't miss out of all the goodies. But to the reason for today's episode, we're going to be discussing how millennials can take advantage of real estate opportunities. Now, when it comes to real estate, when you hear the word real estate, back in the day, a lot of us used to think of, oh, it's for the grandmas and grandpas, it's for the retired, generation. And we youngsters, we didn't used to take it seriously, but it's now becoming the biggest trend. And if you're not doing real estate, you're not really doing business. And that is why today we're going to be addressing it and, allowing millennials key into the opportunities in this sector. So entrepreneurship, so real estate is not just for the old guys, it's also for you, it's for me, it's for everybody. So we want to teach you guys on this episode how you can, or expatiate on how you can dive into the real estate opportunities.
Yeah, I totally agree with you when you mentioned the fact that people think it's for the older generation. But we're saying that, you did mention the fact that, our generation, people are not getting married as early as, the past generation. True. So people just see real estate as something to make money off. For example, you have Airbnb where, you are making passive, income from renting your space out. Or I even have people like my friends who use their parents' maybe extra house for Airbnb, and they rent it out for, short lets and all of those.
Yeah, I was just going to mention short let. I think it's actually the thing in trend where people actually fully furnish a house and they let it out for short term, really, really short term, and they make good money off it, know.
Exactly.
So there are different opportunities, and I think we're going to explore all of that today.
Exactly. You're looking at the GDP figures and real estate viability in Nigeria. The GDP figures show that real estate generally, the sector grew by 1.7% in Q1 2020, although it eased from 2.8% in Q4, but you can't compare it to the decline that was recorded in Q3 that was about over 13%. So we can see that sector is gradually recovering, and there are opportunities. So we have Jeffrey here, the CEO of Pertinence Properties. Jeffrey, are you curious to discuss the opportunities, how millennials can take advantage of real estate opportunities in Nigeria? Hi, Jeffrey.
Hi, Bukumi. Hi, Josephine. It's good to be on the show today.
Yeah, we're glad to have you, and we can't wait for you to give us all the details and all the information,
all the juice.
Yes, I feel like so many people need this information, but they don't have it, and without the scammers everywhere,
exactly.
And we need people that that have quality information, credible information to give us on real estate in Nigeria.
I can, but you just mentioned scammers. I can remember one incident when a friend of mine was going to rent a house, but it was somewhat like, some people are really scared when it comes to real estate because they don't know who is legit and who is not. There's a lot of scammers out there. I think that's one of the questions we would even be asking. But to start the conversation, we'd like you to give us a brief background about yourself and how you dived into the real estate space.
I've been actively involved in real estate since 2016. That's about 5 years now. And it's been an interesting ride. I came from the human development space before jumping into real estate and, trying to understand what's critical needs about people. People, they need food, they need shelter, and also that's I'm so delighted with playing in this space because it just responds to the basic needs of an average person. And for me, I'm young, extremely young, so I count it as a privilege to be leading an organization like Pertinence, 9 years business operation, having over 13,500 partners. That's people that work with us as partners and sell our properties across the world, having 8 offices across Nigeria. Client base 17,000 plus and counting, and it's a very very huge responsibility, but we keep moving, and it just shows the power of young people, and I'm amazed that we're talking about millennials and all this stuff. It just shows the way we run business, especially when it comes to the real estate aspect of our business. It is quite interesting, and a lot of young people are playing in it, not just as investors, but as people that are like serving people that render the service. In my team, over 80% of my team members are below the age of 30, just a 20% that are above that age. And when people perceive us outside, the kind of project that we do over 64 estate locations across Nigeria, when they come into the office, they are very, very surprised to see the young guys that hold it is. You
Yeah.
expect to see much older people with big tummy. People just very
Yeah, right. Right.
but
Yeah,
when they come in, they're like, okay, okay. I've been discussed with a lot of people over the phone, and people giving us over 20 million, 50 million, 100 million as time goes, and they're just so surprised. So it's quite interesting. And the reason why I'm in this space is because we see the value that we're rendering to people. We have over clients in over 23 countries right now, and the strength of our business comes from the strength of trust. I know that we're going to dive into it
yeah,
based on the
yeah,
question that
yeah,
we have.
exactly.
So let me
Exactly.
don't overshoot this when it comes
Yeah,
to the
yeah, right
introduction.
on cue. Yeah, speaking about millennials, you talked about people expecting people with big tummy in real estate space. So why do you think millennials should take advantage of investing in real estate, or having, or possessing their own real estate?
Okay. So I'll start with this. When you started, you gave some very very interesting data about the GDP contribution of real estate, and well, you say it declined recently and is
Yeah,
gradually
yeah.
growing. The most interesting thing about that is that the the sector is still highly unregulated.
Okay.
So uh, as much as that data is correct, we still have a lot of missing pieces that are not even accounted in that data. So
Wow.
what that shows is that this is still a very very untapped sector.
Yeah.
As much as you grow, you come out now and you see a lot of real estate companies. 5 years ago, when I started fully, you will not see the rate at which you're seeing real estate companies right now. You will not see it 5 years ago because of the high capital is required to actually start. But right now, people have found smarter ways to start. So you don't need to have all the money. So it's a space that is highly profitable. The problems are so large that just a few companies cannot solve. So we
Okay.
have this 64 estates. We still have a large number of persons that are still not having access to housing. They say the housing deficit in Nigeria as at when about 3 or 4 years ago was at 17 million, and a lot of real estate companies, like the number of real estate companies that have come up is like over 1,000, if not more, in the last 3 years. But the housing deficit has did not reduce but increased to over 20 million. So there is huge gap that needs to be. So young people, this is a great opportunity for us to really, really come into the space, because
Okay.
the rate at which the business was being operated in the past is very, very archaic. So with the advent of technology right now, so and young people having that understanding of the digital space and having that technology, even understanding the lifestyle of a young person. Before we go, we'll build 5 bedroom duplex, 6 bedroom duplexes. But
Yeah.
right now, a lot of young people require mobility. So you don't go about building 6, 7, 5 bedroom duplexes. You want to structure housing to allow people to be able to not just live, to be able to also profit from those houses.
As
So,
well.
for instance, one of the projects we launched in June last year is called Homevest, and we picked strategic locations across Nigeria. We started with 4 locations: Lagos, Ogun State, Owerri, and Abuja. And the idea is for people to be able to own houses over a period of 7 years, and
Okay.
you pay 50,000 naira, minimum of 50,000 naira every single month. And when you have hit 50% of your payment, you can move in to
Moving.
start living
Okay.
there or rent it out to. So in less than 6 months, we have gotten over 1,200 subscribers on that particular plan, and in different parts of the world. So there are a lot of opportunities that we young persons, with our ingenuity, with our understanding of digital, and this platform is purely digital. There's no man to man. You pay over the internet directly to the company's bank account, so you don't need a middleman to
Okay.
swindle you.
Okay.
As in, you are seeing your property live. So there are lots of opportunity, and the problems, where there are problems, there are much opportunity, and the margins are high. So you just need younger people like us that have hearts, that wants to come into this space. There's so much potential. From our business, by God's grace, so I've been able to set up over 12 other real estate businesses.
Wow.
And by God's grace, I also still help the team. Even there's one of the team members, real estate company, came recently, and I had to put them through a few stuff as to how they can also scale faster. And they are really doing even greater stuff than we have done in a long period of time. So
Wow.
I can't overemphasize the opportunity and the profit, because one thing that is critical, and I'm going to close with this, is that this also gives employment opportunities. So if a young person today starts a real estate company, then maybe choose a value chain in real estate, infuse technology to it, we have that capacity to be able to employ even much more younger persons, and we just keep creating wealth. And that's the philosophy that we run in our business. We want to create and help people have business and financial freedom. So with that, we can have better citizenship, we can have better quality of life, we can have better standard of living, and the like. So one simple English: young people, the opportunity is available, the opportunity is vast. Let's come take it.
Wow, a lot of oil on your head. There's so much to say. But right about now, we need to go on a short commercial break, and when we're back, we'll be here to continue the conversation. Don't go anywhere.
Make the children they happy, yeah. All the people they like I'm day and night. Every day is tastier, cause you were always present in my life. Enjoy the
Alright guys, we are back. So earlier we were discussing about frauds and fraudulent activities, and we know that it's not just the real estate space, but it's actually quite common now that there's a lot of people going into the business. There's more fraudulent activities. So the big question is, how can youngsters or millennials identify these fraudulent activities when it comes to real estate investment and avoid them, so that we don't decide we want to start a business today and we lose a lot of money?
Yeah, so like you said, it's not peculiar to real estate. And
Definitely.
Real estate, the reason why we always talk about real estate is because there's a lot of money involved. So you could do a small business and maybe you scam, for instance. Maybe you just bought something of maybe 5K, 15K. You might not really feel it. But by the time you start doing
500,
transactions, 1 million, million, 30 million, and anything happens, it's just like the world is coming to an end.
Definitely.
So, and that's one of the challenge of the industry not being regulated. I know Lagos State is doing a whole lot, and I really commend their effort in terms of trying to regulate the industry. But I just hope that they don't over-regulate and kill
the business. That's also a problem. That's a problem.
Because government does that a lot, and at the end of the day,
they
kill the business.
They just come with sledgehammer. But let's see how it goes. I know that the lady in charge right now, she's doing a lot of stakeholders engagement, doing a lot of meetings and a lot. So it looks like there's like kind of a progress here. So we hope we continue in that trend and not kill the company, because as much as there's a problem with the market entry is now very, very small. So for instance, now I was speaking with a real estate owner, and this person has in a particular site had like 3 plots, but has a logo, has a company, has website, has everything, and it's a real estate.
Just
You
three
know,
plots.
so yeah, so entry is now very, very easy. That you don't need so much. So that with that, there are much more opportunities that is being created, much more access for investors in different category. But it also comes with its peculiar challenges, because you might not be able to differentiate the
Which is
right
which,
company
yeah.
from the wrong company. And these days, when it's very easy to copy models, for
Yeah.
instance, one product that we launched in 2019, a certain organization, company, copied our entire
Exactly
website,
the
every
same
single
thing.
thing,
I
took
can
all our
imagine.
entire creatives,
That
and
means
the only thing
your
they
entire
changed was
framework
our
was
logo.
like copy and pasted.
So, so with in this kind of age, it comes down to the investor. So for me, I will put 100% responsibility on the investor.
Why?
Why would you do
Why?
it?
Yeah.
I mean,
So now, if you want to go into a transaction, it's your hard-earned money. The first responsibility that you should have is doing the proper research.
exactly.
So you don't just jump into a juicy offer. And that's why in my team, because I have a strong background in marketing, I always tell my team members that the laziest marketing strategy that we can ever come up with is discount, or doing all these buy 5 get 1 free, or buy 1 get 1
Get 2
free,
free.
all those kind of
yes.
The investors like to hear that,
Yes.
and it comes from a position of
Freebies.
greed.
Give
So,
away.
like for instance, I don't know if my uncle will watch this show. I hope he doesn't kill me after this. So my uncle wanted to do a transaction. He called me, understanding that I play in this field, and I gave him some certain information. I said, okay, come and buy in my organization. But because this other company promised him fridge, promised him TV, promised him this, he decided to go and subscribe to that particular organization. Then after buying, he didn't just buy in Lagos, he bought in Lagos and bought in Abuja. After about 2 weeks, my uncle started calling me, and I was like, why is this man calling me? Then I picked his call, then he started ranting that I was the one that made him enter problem, that he had paid now to collect land is a problem, but he has the fridge in his house. So literally he bought fridge,
You only
not
bought
land.
fridge.
So sometimes the companies play upon the greed of the investor.
Yeah.
And they just push that out there. So I'm not entirely, as much as I'm blaming the investor, I will not entirely blame them, because some people are very skillful at deception.
Yeah.
So, but once you want to invest, the first responsibility that I'm giving to every investor is to do your research. And most of the time, it's people that are outside of Nigeria that get swindled the most, because they cannot assert themselves physically upon the company or upon the product that they buy. So you want to do a ticket transaction, don't be in a hurry. Even if somebody is telling you that the promo is going to end next tomorrow,
Right.
don't jump on the promo is going to end next tomorrow. Calm down. Research about the company. Do they have online presence? How long have they been in this business? How many projects have they delivered? If you have the opportunity, go visit their office. Don't just talk to a middleman, because a middleman, we have realtors, we have people that want to, because for every transaction that we close, we earn from those transactions. That's our own payment. You understand? And as a salesperson, we want to sell, we want to make money. So we are more concerned about that making money part, much more than customer satisfaction, which is crazy. But you as the buyer, if you have the opportunity, go to the company. Or if you have someone on ground that you can trust a lot, especially with your life, you can now give that person that same responsibility. Go to the organization, speak to them. You can even call me when you are in the organization. Let me talk to them. That's for buyers that are outside of Nigeria.
Right.
Let me talk to them. Let me talk to the person in charge. This property that I want to buy, if I buy today, what are the questions? What do I need to pay for? Because people just tell them that, okay, just buy the land, and they don't give them all that information. Okay, you're supposed to do your documentation, you're supposed to pay for development, all those kind of stuff. That's where the word of hidden charges came from, which is not supposed to be. Give them all the information. If they want to buy, they will buy. If they don't want to buy, they will go away. So if you are in Nigeria and you can visit the office, go to the office physically, see the organization, go to the site physically, see the site, and ask them that, okay, I'm making payments. Where will I be allocated? Because every site is supposed to have a layout. Where will I be allocated? That's if you are buying land. If it's house, the house should be readily on ground. Where is the house that I want to buy? Let's see it, check the documentation. You can take the pain by engaging a lawyer to look through it. Pay the lawyer a little amount instead of saying you want to be smart and say, oh, you want to spend 15 million and lose everything. You can pay a lawyer 100k, 150k, 250k, depending on how close you are to this lawyer. And the person does verification for you, and you make payments, you get your property, and that's it. So I think that the greed part of every person can be exploited on to swindle the person.
Jeffrey, I feel like you're talking like a marketer. Because for me, as an investor, I'm thinking that the company also owes me a responsibility, so the industry owes me a responsibility to have credible people. But I don't know really anyway.
Yeah, but you remember some time
really
ago we actually discussed this whole scam thing extensively. And remember we had one thing we said every other week, that if it looks too good to be true, it probably is.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Exactly. So, looking at the capital needed to go into real estate business, because I know that it's rich people. People always think that it's rich people that can enter the real estate market. And for millennials who are still trying to get their lives together and trying to make passive income, or invest or try to buy a land at least so that they can start to develop their own property till they get a particular age. You don't want to wait till they are older and stuff like that. How do you think that they can overcome this barrier when it comes to financing and having the required capital?
Great question. And one of the philosophies that we run by being young people in our organization is that we want to simplify the real estate process. Entire simplification. Real estate does not need to be hardball. It doesn't need to be big. So what we did is that we designed different products to fit young people in this category. Because as young people, we want to do a lot of stuff with cash. But we also still have the understanding of investment. So for instance, now 3 products: land, housing, and also investment. So I'll start with the investment. The first thing that we did is that we understood that not everyone has that fantasy of wanting to buy a piece of the earth. As much as it's interesting, some people don't want it because they want to be mobile. They don't want to be tied down to a certain location. They want to travel out of the country. They want to relocate to Canada. So we said, okay, for this category of people, investment is available. So with as low as 50,000 naira, you can play in the real estate sector. Invest for different duration depending on the offer that is available. And with the kind of product that we sell, we do as high as 50% return on investment over a period of time. The last one was 12 months. We did one 18 months first, 50% ROI. We had 25% for 12 months. Then we did another one, 45% for 12 months, 20% for 6 months. Then that one ended in April. Then we just relaunched another one for 25% for 12 months and 50% for 18 months. And so people can invest minimum of 50,000 naira. So we have a lot of people pushing into that product investment. So we have made it simplified. You don't need to have 20 million, 1 million. It's 50K. You can actually start real estate investments.
Wow.
Another one is the housing products that we designed. It's called HomeVest. So under HomeVest, people can own houses for as low as 50,000 naira monthly. 50,000 naira monthly. So you pay 50K every single month over a period of 7 years. So we are like the longest, aside from mortgage abroad, Pertinent has the longest ever payment plan available on earth. No, sorry, let me do it on earth in Nigeria. I don't know what's going on in Antarctica or in South America. So in Nigeria, we have the longest. So 7 years. And the beauty about it is that if you pay 50% of the entire fee, you have access to getting in. A whole lot of young people are keen into this product. And it's not, up until today, we started June last year, up until last Saturday, we already delivered over 50 persons have crossed the 50% mark. and have gotten, 50% was supposed to last for 3.5 years, but a lot of people did much more, a few of them. So over 50% have collected their house. We even have, so in some of the estates, people are already living there as we speak right now. Even one of the women gave birth in the estate. We even went to pay her a visit recently, and also that one also gives access to younger people to also play. So it comes to the land part. So I know that the land one is where a whole lot of younger people come into so much. So what we did in land is that, for instance, about a few years ago, one of the things that we did was that we allowed people to be able to pay 10,000 naira every single month for a period of 30 months. 10,000 naira every single month for a period of 30 months to be able to own real estate assets.
I wanted to just cut you up a bit because I wanted to understand the type of real estate, because I'm sure our viewers want to understand, like, is it like a single room apartment?
Exactly. What kind of properties are you talking about?
Okay, so when it comes to the house, so there are three categories of house. There's the 1-bedroom apartment, there's the 2-bedroom apartment, there's the 3-bedroom apartment. So you have your sitting room. For the 1-bedroom, you have your sitting room, you have your room, you have your kitchen, you have an ante room, small outside there, and so that's basically you have your space.
If I pay up,
you own the outlet, just the outlet.
That's basic.
So if I pay up, I'll complete the payment. I own the building.
You own the building. You own it 100%.
Wow.
You can use it, you can lease it out, you can sell it, depending on the package that you have right now. Wow. But Nigeria is a very, very tricky and funny country to actually do business in. And when we were building this plan, just a digression, we set inflation at 2 years at double digits. And
of course,
in less than 6 months, we had crossed the inflation rate that we set for 2 years. Which we just think, but we must deliver. Yeah. We must deliver to the customer.
Yeah, I really don't want to stretch. The conversation. I don't want to stretch the conversation because I wanted to ask, like, how do you cope with inflation and how does your company make money? But anyway, that's answered most of the questions. Because you've answered the question. So we'll go on a short break. I want to return and continue the conversation.
There is time for everything. It doesn't matter if it's food, work, hobbies, or just life. Millennials are always on the go, trying to make things happen. Millennial Talk, enlightening and supporting millennials on finance and growth for personal development. Join us on Millennial Talk every Thursday by 10 a.m. Start developing yourself today.
Okay, thank you for joining us so far. I believe you've enjoyed the episode and you've learned a lot. You can always do your research, real estate investment, research. Because as Jeffrey said,
as he has said, I can get a 1-room bedroom. Actually, it's so great that, like, someone who doesn't even earn so much can even start now, and in a couple of years they'll be a property owner. So it actually sounds like really good offer.
As long as it is credible and all your documentation is come. Not that they can't come tomorrow and say that my COO is missing. And there's no COO, Jeffrey. I'm relying on you. Okay, moving on to the fourth segment. Josephine, over to you.
Okay, so this is the fun segment, and we know that you are a realtor or realtor or however you pronounce. But we know that you are into real estate. Yeah, we know you're into real estate and you love to sell houses. But when you're not selling houses, or when you're not bringing business ideas or in your office, what do you do outside work? You just laughed. You literally just laughed.
I don't mean the typical person.
He just laughed like he doesn't have a life outside work.
Yes, right?
I don't exactly have. I don't exactly have stuff like that. So, so basically, let's say stuff that I do. I read a lot.
Where is the work-life balance? Where's the work? We're always talking about work-life balance. Where is that?
Okay, fun. Okay, I watch movies. Yeah, I watch movies a lot. I love
Do you sing?
watching movies. Sometimes it can take me 1 week to finish one movie, but
Can you
at
imagine?
least
No, zero work-life
I
balance.
love watching movies.
So you
Yeah.
don't
Then I go to
sing?
church a lot.
Do you sing? Do you sing?
I'm terrible. I'm the only person in my
Please
family
don't
that
let him
got
sing.
kicked out of
Let's
the
not
choir.
disgrace him. So that you sell houses for us, you sell good ones for us. They doesn't feel bad.
Okay, so
I think the only thing I do for fun is, let me just say, I watch movies. Basically,
All right,
Okay.
interesting.
All right,
I'm boring. I know.
okay, that's fine. So we're doing on behalf of so the fun segment of Millennial Talk is going to be sponsored by Mr. Choco Sister Choco. It's a chocolate bread spread, and to this effect, thanks to the sponsor, we are doing a bit of a giveaway for our guests. But you're gonna have to answer a question, and if you get the question right, then you would win a prize. But if you do not get it right, sorry.
It seems I'm going to
Pukumi,
lose
do you
the
want to take the
question
question or do
already.
I take the question?
I don't even know the question to ask you.
Okay, since you are a realtor, I think I'm going to ask you a question in that sector. I feel like you're going to ace this one. So, the
If I
question
miss the
is
question, I'm disappointed every single day on this.
okay. Okay, the question is, when was real estate, or what year did real estate become a hit in Nigeria? What year?
Any year I give you, you have to accept that. That's
Like-
No, it doesn't work like that. It
Just because
doesn't
you
work
don't know,
like
right?
that.
yeah,
Just because you think
yeah.
you
Okay,
Because
okay, just tell us you don't know
there's
the
no
answer.
it's
Tell
actually
us
a
you don't know the
subjective.
answer.
It's a subjective.
Okay, let me ask you.
It's a
Okay, let me ask
subjective
you. Let me
answer.
ask you something else. Okay, so what year did Nigeria become a republic?
Oh, I remember that one. 1963.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I just knew it was going. It's too simple.
Thank you for joining us on the episode today. I believe you enjoyed yourself, and do well to check our past videos. And if you need more information regarding the stock market and for analysis and your research, log on to www.proshereng.com. Thank you for watching.